Hello viewers, we continue with our main topic of drawing. Let's have a recap of how far we have come from. So far we have learned how to draw the eyes, the nose and the mouth from front view. We also managed to progress from drawing simple shapes. A shape is an enclosed area. If the area is not enclosed, it is not a shape. It has to be enclosed. And we have converted these shapes into forms. Remember, a shape has two dimensions, length and width. But we have managed now to learn how to convert the shape into a form. A form is a three-dimensional shape. A shape that has been added a third dimension by shading and creating depth. We have also managed to progress from drawing the eyes in details separately, and now we have learned how to create a composition. A composition is a drawing that tells a story. A drawing showing details of what you want to depict. So now here we are coming up with a composition showing details of the face, details of a portrait, and also details of the head of a human being. We have also learned some basic rules that are very important in fine arts. And they have been guiding us in coming up with this composition. We learned a certain principle called dominance. Dominance is to make something dominate. To make the eyes, for example, to dominate and to attract attention. We manage to create dominance by shading very darkly so that it stands out. That is what is called dominance. It's a rule, it's a principle that has to be followed when drawing a composition. We have also learned another rule called proportions. We have been guided by proportions when coming up with this composition. And proportions simply means one part should be related to the whole. The mouth should also be proportional to the whole face. Those are the two main principles that have guided us in coming up with this composition. And for today's lesson, we want to learn how to draw the eyes, the nose, the mouth. We have drawn the mouth and ears. We want to learn today how to draw the ears from front view. And this will become our tutorial 8. Now, let's start with our usual warm-up exercise. And we shall continue trying to master how to convert a line into a shade. You just pull the line. Whenever you see a line, don't allow the line to remain there. In fine art, we don't deal with lines, we deal with shades. You blur the area around the line so that now you pull it to create a shade, and then you continue gradually pulling it lightly by shading lightly until the shade disappears into a highlight. That is our warm-up for today, and I wish you continue trying to master that warm-up exercise. it is good for shading, learning how to shade. Now today, we want to learn how to draw the ear. The ear is placed between the eye line and the nose line. So we have to place it somewhere here. We place the ear somewhere here. If we draw the line, the ear, if we draw the ear when it is too big, we can draw a huge ear, but it will not be proportional. Let us draw a proportional ear that will be placed between the eye line and the nose line, like that. First of all, we draw the line. We shall pull that line into a shade. Yeah. Then we draw the details of the ear. The details of the ear, like that. Okay. Yes, like that. That is the basic shape of the ear. Now, the tricky part is to draw an ear that is similar to this ear. And that is how now we start trying to be guided. Let us be guided by another principle called symmetry. Symmetry is drawing a shape in mirror form, the way it appears in the mirror. So now we can imagine that we place a mirror there. To draw the ear on the other side, we have to draw the mirror image of this ear. Now we want to draw the mirror image of this ear on this side so that it will be symmetrical. To be symmetrical is to have equal weights on both sides of a central line of symmetry. You can imagine there's an imaginary line called line of symmetry. Now, whatever is on one side should be balanced by the forms on the other side of this line of symmetry. And that is what we want to do. We want to draw another ear on this side that will be symmetrical to this ear that we have drawn. Okay. Then we draw similar forms. Whatever is on one side should be balanced by whatever is on the other side. Yeah, like that. Now those are the 2 ears of this picture that we are drawing about a human face. So we remember we said that every line should be converted into a shade. So now we want to shade this ear in such a manner that we remove the lines. And I'm now shading. I'm shading the inside of the ear so that the ear does not have lines. It's just sheets which are inside there. I'm converting this line into a shade. I don't want it to be a line, I want it to be a shade. That is the trick that we always use. We do the same. for the other ear. Yeah, and making sure that we don't allow lines, we just convert them into shades. Yeah, I'm converting these lines into shades like that. I'm still shading to create shades. Like that. And okay, we continue. We continue with this. Now we want to draw this. We want to complete this composition such that we shall be left only with the hair now. The hairline, then the hair texture. Yeah, it is coming up. And remember, every line should be pulled. We don't leave lines. We pull lines. So now I'm pulling this line. So that we don't have lines, we have shades. And that's what I've been emphasizing, that we don't leave any line showing in our composition. We create a shade to pull that line, because lines are boundaries, and we want to remove boundaries. In our composition, so that the forms stand out. We want the forms to stand out. We continue with this picture, and we practice shading using the whole arm, so that we create smooth shades. We don't allow for boundaries between shades. That's why we pull these shades into different tones. Some tones might be black, others dark, lighter, and in theory we can even, until we have the highlights. I think now we are moving. Yeah, that is how far we have gone, and we are doing well. This is our lesson for today. Now I think we should create a highlight here. There should be a highlight somewhere there. Highlight there. That's a highlight. There should also be another highlight somewhere here. A highlight. There's another highlight somewhere here. We are creating a composition. And you remember there will be another huge highlight here. Another huge highlight. So that when we now start shading in details, we shall be able to show the gradual tones on this composition. And we can stop there as we prepare for the next lesson, which we shall learn how to do the hair and even learn how to draw hair texture. Let's stop there. We have come to the end of this lesson. Bye for now. See you in the next video.